Hi everyone! On this week's episode of the Wilsons on Wilson, we battled the heat like crazy. The sun has finally been shining, but oh my gosh, did it ever pack a punch. Oh, the sun is finally going down. It's been so hot. Like, I know I was saying how rainy it was there for a while, but like, now it's so hot. We went from it being so cold and rainy to just being scorching hot, you know, up in the 30s, and just, it was a big jump. But I'm super grateful for the sunshine, and so are the flowers, so that's good. Okay, so I figure Kirsty's having a crummy day, and we gotta do something to cheer her up. So while we do our little walk around this week, I'm gonna pick her some flowers. That's the plan. With all the rain that we've had, it's just been so green here, so rich and abundant. Look at this, look at it. We weeded the heck out of it. It took me days. Took us 3 days to weed the Dahlia bed. You have to chase the shade. The beautiful big oak tree that's out there gives shade for certain parts of the day, but the shade moves around the bed. So you have to just sort of weed or tie or do whatever you're doing in the shady bits, because like right now it's 33 degrees. It's too hot to be out there, you know, in the blinding sunshine doing all the things. And there's enough shady nooks around here that you can just kind of follow the shade and go here and there. But so that's what we've been doing. It took me 3 days to get it all weeded, but God, does it ever look beautiful now. I feel
like you cut like the only 2 flowers in this whole bed.
Yeah, well, you know, they gotta hurry up. We're like a month behind, like an easy month behind what we're normally at. It's kind of crazy to me, actually. And all of the Dahlia forums that I'm on, people are saying the same thing. Like, there's people who lost huge amount of their crops just because of how wet and unseasonably cold it was. And like, people have definitely been struggling right across the board with dahlias this year. So I'm not the only one, but I mean, we didn't have all that many losses. Like, there was the day that we found all the rotten ones because of the cold, wet conditions, which I had a minor meltdown, but we survived. We pulled through, we survived. And this is looking really good, so I'm excited about that. I feel like that's gonna be rad. And the irrigation is working like a hot dam. I don't know why. Yes, I don't know why it popped off last time, but it's not popping off again.
So what's the netting for? Do you just let them like grow through and then it just kind of holds them in place? Or?
Yeah, so you can lift the netting as you go to a certain degree, and then that just keeps them upright. And then at a certain point, you can add a second piece of netting, and then it just keeps them upright. It just keeps them standing tall, so that you don't have to, because what I was doing was staking and tying every single plant individually, but this is like 6 poles and you stretch a net. It's a lot less time. These ones look kind of crazy. I don't know what they're doing. They're like curly cues. They kind of look different. Like, this is not normally what they look like. I don't know what that means. This one's just gone a little squirrely, but that's okay. And I mean, thank God for the freaking free 99 poles.
Oh, these are them?
Yes.
And Cody just cut them up and...
Yeah, he basically just cut the tips, and then we banged them in with the slightly too large post pounder that I purchased. But at least now, if we do have big poles, we don't have to buy another one again. It's just fine. So there's that. This is what I've been waiting for. Ladybugs. Guess what came? Okay. Ladybugs. Isn't this the coolest? I wanted to wait until the sun was well behind the hill to do this because if you release them while it's hot out, they'll just like no good at all. So what you do is you pick different places. So I got 4 bags of them, which means that we have 2,000 ladybugs to release. And basically what we do is we just open up the bag and we put it into the garden and we just leave it open so they can all crawl out at their own time. So we'll go hit it up. I think the grape garden is a good spot. Okay, so these ones down. No, thank you, mosquito. And you can see them all waking up. The bag is perforated so that they can breathe. Get them all moving in there. Hey, ladybugs. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come into this area because it's nice and cool and damp in there. Look at, they're already trying to come out. Isn't that fun? You're like, hey, this is nice and fresh. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put these guys right here under this leaf and I'm gonna leave this open and then they can just make their way out. Okay, I'm gonna just tuck you guys right in there. We'll put these guys right in here. Oh. 2,000 ladybugs released into the garden. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Aleya was here, rocking this thing out, baby in tow.
Really?
Yeah, well, because the freaking lawnmowers are not working, first of all. Lawnmower's still not working, tractor's still not working. So, we've taken to some old school methods. We've got Aleya out here just living her best life.
Start 'em young.
She's out there with this, like it's a big giant knife, you know, and she's out there freaking cutting back the weeds and the grass.
Start 'em young.
With her little squished tied to her chest. It was so cute.
Good modern women, we really can do it all.
Yes. This is definitely more old school than anything.
Harking it back to the good old days.
Yeah. But she did a really great job. She got it all weeded, looking good, and then we topped it with compost and got it all watered in, and everybody's looking really happy over there. So Kirsty's gonna get the first magnificent bouquet out of this place. Oh, and the wildflowers, oh my gosh, they're looking so amazing. I mean, all of these things are doing pretty well. It's been hard to keep up. Like, it's been a lot. I'm not doing the gardens at 100% currently. The gardens are getting like 50% of me spread quite thin. But that's okay.
The circle is looking so pretty.
Isn't it?
Do you get this feeling of like, oh yes, my plan has come together?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm like, it's all happening. Oh, our poor raspberries though, oh my gosh. It was a little rough how they were transplanted, right? They were not, it wasn't like, oh, let's do this slow and thoughtfully. It was like, oh, dig, brah. You know, which is great. It was great. We got it done in record time. We got it done so fast. But it was pretty abusive to the raspberries how we did it. They're doing quite well. Like, we're getting a ton of raspberries every day. At least when we're not having to battle the deer. There's a buck. A little, he looks like he has 2 tines. Chasing 2 does around the hill. It's been a little bit of a challenge just because, I mean, you know, there's deer coming through here every day, twice a day. Now he's following her like, hey, where'd you go? They're munching on our fresh raspberry tips and doing all sorts of things, you know. I'll show you over here. The deer love the tender raspberry shoots for some reason. Look at this. They keep coming along and munching the tender tips. They did it to us last year too. The buggers. Causing trouble out there. The bears have been here every day. I mean, the raccoons have been teasing the dogs and causing a ruckus. What do you think this is? You keep causing problems, man. Can't you just only come out at night? Aren't you supposed to be nocturnal? So, I mean, it's been a bit of a challenge for sure, especially with the full moon that we just had, because the dogs get a little more wily and all of the wildlife is a little more active, I think, because they can see, you know? Everybody can see.
I need you to leave. For real. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, my dogs are losing their mind, and I have things to do. Okay? Please leave. Why are you trying to get in my house? Why? Go away. Aw. You're limping. Oh. It's just been hissing at my window, though. Like, it's just been coming over here, sliding glass door, hissing at the dogs. It's missing a piece of its ear. Oh, it can't even walk on its hind leg proper. Oh, I think it's missing a piece of its tail. That thing is sad. Dang.
Okay, so Emily is outside already. She's been out here for an hour. She's actually been outside longer than I have doing stuff today. We're gonna go see what the heck she's getting up to today out in the garden. I'm sure she is either weeding or planting or watering. Of course, it seems like that's all we do around here anymore. Emily.
Yeah?
What are you doing?
Making garden art. I'm playing. I'm just playing.
You're playing?
Yeah. A lot of the things that we do around here, I mean, I have fun 90% of the time anyways because I just enjoy this stuff. But a lot of the stuff can get like monotonous, you know, like just like weeding, and you're like, okay, I need something to break this up. I need something fun, you know, or you're doing all these things and like sometimes you're doing the jobs that you have to do. But I was able to just kind of unplug the other day and just play. I needed to make bean trellises and they kind of got away from me. They've turned into art installations. Instead of just making sort of regular old, you know, humdrum beanpole trellises, we made fun ones. All sorts of different fun shapes. I made one that looks like a spaceship over there.
Did you mean to make it look like a spaceship?
No, I was just mucking about. And then all of a sudden I was like, this thing looks like a spaceship. Or like something that a Disney explorer would deep dive into the ocean in. Perhaps. So, the beans grow up this. And it's got a top to it. It's got little tailpipe, little tail feathers here. And so the beans are growing up it, which means you can just sit in your little shady hidey hole and munch on beans.
Buddy.
Poor Annabelle has been having a rough go. I don't know, there were some survey guys at the end of our driveway, and she was barking her fool head off at them. And it almost sounded like she got something stuck in her throat.
I feel like there's something stuck in there.
At first, like I looked inside, I couldn't see anything. I rubbed her throat, I couldn't feel anything. She wasn't reactive at all.
There's something in there?
So I called my vet. They fit me right in. He did the exact same checklist as I did and came up with nothing. So he sent us home, and she continued to cough.
Babe, are you okay?
She still has a little bit of a throat cleary sound that she's making, and that's been, gosh, 6 days now. But it was like day 1 was awful. Day 2 was awful. Day 3 was getting a little bit better. 4 and 5 were just like little bits of cough here and there. But now she still has that raspy little whatever it was. So I don't know if she just got so mad at the survey guys that she broke her voice. But I mean, I felt really bad for her.
It was funny.
We dug up our spring potatoes, and they're absolutely delicious. Oh my God. We gave a bunch away. So we gave some to Patrick as a thank you for letting us borrow his tractor. And we gave some to Wanda as a thank you for all of her hard work here and stuff. So that was really nice to be able to give back a little bit. Give her a little thank you for all of her hard work that she puts in here. Our strawberries have gone wild. Look at this. We've been eating from the garden every single day. Look at it. It's ready for picking. I almost picked it today, but then I knew you were coming, so I didn't. Are you ready? Which, you know, I love me some garden snacks. Look at that. I mean, you're stepping on my onions, sir. Excuse me, sir. Fall through my onions. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? Our storage onions are looking amazing. We got these blueberries weeded this weekend. And a good healthy dose of compost put on. There's so many blueberries on here. Living your best life. And I planted some more of the fava beans here around the edges. So I soaked them overnight in a jar of water. And then when Jolene was here the other day, we planted them all around these edges. This is what I planted just last week. I planted this, all of this greens mix along here. And it's doing so good. Everything's so happy. We also got our tomatoes tidied up. So pruned the bottoms of them, thinned them out, and then clipped them up. So that's cool. We've got our corn, super happy. These bean trellises that I made, the beans are already doubled in size, which is super crazy awesome. And then we have our zucchinis popping, which already I need to do another harvest on. Oh my God, my poor radishes. The radishes have sprouted and need to be pulled. Sorry, guys. What else? Ooh, our wildflowers. Look at all this. There's so many different colors popping up through here. All sorts of beautiful stuff. This is just going to be so important for our pollinators. It's gonna be lovely. Yeah, this stuff has come in so beautifully. Ooh, we tilled all of this too. So we stripped it down and got all the rocks out and leveled it out so that we can seed it with cover crop, just like we did the bed that we're planting this year for dahlias. So we're doing it for next year as well, and then making like a cool bee spot. So that's where the bees are probably gonna go.
The bees?
Yes, so Aleya is officially getting bees. She's in charge of the bee department, and we just get to enjoy the honey and the bees. Aleya has taken classes. She's super passionate about bees. I'm passionate about the existence of bees and eating honey. But I don't have any gumption left in me to give to any more sectors of this right now. I have spread myself quite thin in doing all of these gardens. So this is all of the wildflower that I seeded last year. So it's doing so beautifully.
I feel like your passion lies just as much with flowers as it does with food and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like flowers are food, flowers are medicine, flowers are beautiful. It's like, flowers bring me so much freaking joy. And I think they bring other people joy, which is like, it's just one of those things, you know? It's like, it takes effort to do, but it gives you so much back that it feels worth it. You know, like I saved these seeds, so that was free. I sprinkled the seeds, that was free. The rain watered the seeds, free. These flowers were free 99, and they're gonna bring so much joy. And medicine, yarrow is medicine. Very powerful medicine too, actually. Back in the day, soldiers used to carry dried yarrow with them in like a powdered form. And if they got shot, they would use it to help stop the bleeding. Fun fact.
Fun fact, Emily.
Oh, we got some more little beautiful volunteers. Yeah, just hanging out.
It's pretty interesting when you think about it too. Just the entire dynamic of this place. Like, Aleya's grandparents own this land. And then Aleya comes here with her daughter, and it's, you know, generation after generation that has had their feet on this earth and been a part of this space. And now we are reclaiming all of this life and land and beauty and giving it another chance. And that is going to be passed on. And like, can you imagine how cool it's going to be for little Ember when she's older and she looks back and she can see her and her mom out here just connected to this land, connected to these people, working so hard to build something for her. And when she doesn't even know yet. She just sleeps and eats. She's just a little squishy ball of love. But one day, she'll look back at this and she'll see it was all for her. It's so cool.